News with no bias,
delivering quality news.
delivering nothing but the truth.
News with no prejudice. Live now here at
Morning Tea,
with y'all. For the headlines, mass vaccination in Philippines to start by mid-2020.
Canada's 194 million to 414 million doses orders of vaccine surpassed the population of their country.
Exclusive interview with the rising star influencer, Mimia.
NBI is on hunt for two killers of two lawyers in Palawan and Cebu.
The Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas reported their final 12-man setup that will represent the Philippines against Thailand in their first game on the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers at Manama, Bahrain.
For today, November 26, 2020, here are the weather conditions to be expected in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Fun mathematics game show with our special guests, students from grade 11 STEM Hope of CLDH EI. Good morning, Philippines! What could be a more good way to start the day than with a cup of tea? I am Yves Santalan,
And I am Aliana and Kassen.
here to give you all your daily dose of morning tea. There are only 9 days left before Christmas.
I am so excited about Christmas. How about you, partner?
Of course, partner, who wouldn't want to be excited for Christmas? Although we would spend it in a very different way, it's still Christmas.
Yes, it will be different in a way that we cannot celebrate with all of our relatives like we always do.
Now, one thing for sure about Filipinos is that whatever happens, there's always food on the table for Christmas time. Now, partner, what are those foods that give you that nostalgic feeling?
I would say ham and salad. These are the foods that are always on the table when it's Christmas. How about you, partner?
Barbecue, ube halaya, and Shanghai. These are the foods that I have grown up to eat when it's Christmas time.
Yeah, I also remember those foods. And even though we are in the midst of pandemic, we Filipinos are still planning to celebrate Christmas.
COVID really made a lot of change in the past 10 months. And it really made a huge impact on our lives, how we live, and how we do things. It's really sad.
Yes, it is indeed sad, but we Filipinos are very optimistic and I love that about us. And regarding this pandemic, we hope to remind our fellow Filipino citizens to always wear their face shields and face masks.
And to always sanitize things we often use. In this way, we could go through this pandemic safely.
We should all stay patient and help one another during this pandemic to overcome this.
For our first news, it was said by Secretary Galvez Jr. that it would take at least 3 to 5 years to vaccinate 60 million Filipinos to produce immunity against COVID-19.
And said that we are lucky enough if it will start by mid-2021. Here is Maru Santa Maria for more details regarding this news.
World Health Organization Director General Dr. Tedros stated that the hope of ending this pandemic is on the tips of our fingers.
With the latest positive news from vaccine trials, the light at the end of this long, dark tunnel is growing brighter.
COVID-19 vaccines have shown a high effectivity rate. However, it would at least take 3 to 5 years for 60 million Filipinos to be vaccinated.
Kasi po kaya lang natin ma-vaccinate is more or less 20 to 30 million a year. At the same time, tinitingnan po natin talaga rin na kung alin po talagang maging safe at saka tawag na effective na vaccine kasi lahat po ng vaccine po ngayon ay ongoing pa rin po ang kaya.
It was also said we're lucky vaccination will start by mid-2021. If it will not start in a set year, it might start in 2022. Even if there's no approved vaccine yet, it is important for the government to have their plans laid out. So when the time that they will approve vaccine, Philippines would not be left behind. Remember to stay safe and be cautious. This is your local news reporter, Maru Santa Maria.
Partner, I really hope that we can start the mass vaccination by mid-2021.
Yes, since the vaccination process is gonna take long for sure.
For our international news, Apparently, Canada has ordered more coronavirus vaccine doses per person than any other country.
For more details, here is Josh Aguas with Dr. Tan.
Canada announced their purchase deals with Pfizer, Moderna, Novavax, Johnson & Johnson, Sanofi, Medicago, and others. 6 of these vaccines they have ordered will be imported. Precise timeline for the vaccine to be delivered is still unsure, but Canadian officials are expecting to receive a combined 6 million doses of vaccine by the end of March 2021. Now let us call Dr. Caroline Kwaktan of National Advisory Committee on Immunization to answer some few questions regarding the vaccine and process. Dr. Caroline, thank you for making the time and nice seeing you. Lots of good news are being spread from Pfizer and Moderna with its 95% efficacy. With this, how is NACI supposed to allocate those vaccines just in case?
Well, I would say our committee is just an external advisory. We have nothing to do with the allocation. Our role here is to prioritize people who are going to receive it.
Will the vaccines be sent across the country or will it be much targeted to hotspots?
We have no say about where the vaccines are needed to be. It depends on the public health agencies, provinces, territories, and the federal government on how the rollout is gonna happen basically.
It does look our government put a lot on the table by buying lots of vaccines. How do you sort of make sure that there would be equitable sharing of vaccines across the country? Is Canada committed to help other nations?
I know that a contract for that million doses is too much for all Canadians, so at some point we're gonna need to let go some of those doses so other countries can benefit too.
So who's on the top of the list? Who will get the vaccine first?
According to the guidelines published by the federal government, vulnerable people like healthcare workers or frontliners would be prioritized. But healthcare workers don't necessarily apply the same way in each province, so you really want to look locally on who to vaccinate first.
Thank you so much, Doctor. So much good of you to make the time. You shared a lot of information. We appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. Have a good day.
You've just heard the latest news regarding the COVID vaccines in Canada. This is Joshua Aguas for the International News.
I do understand the sentiments of the citizens of Canada about getting vaccinated.
That's why I hope that the efficiency of the vaccine will be shown through data.
Stay tuned for our exclusive interview with the rising star TikToker, YouTuber, and influencer Mimia.
News with no bias,
Delivering quality news,
delivering nothing but the truth.
news with no prejudice. Stay tuned for our exclusive interview with the rising star TikToker, YouTuber, and influencer Mimia.
You have slain an enemy! Launch attack! Double kill!
Hay nako, nakakapagod talaga sa trabaho. Paano ka na?
Slain the turret! Mega kill! An ally has been slain.
Nak, lutuin mo nga yung ulam na binili ko dyan. At para makakain na tayo ng hapunan.
Our turret has been
Ano ba yan, Papa? Ang dami nyo namang utos. Ayun, natatalo na tuloy. Eh, ba't hindi na lang kayo yung gumawa? Eh, nakikita nyo may ginagawa ako. Kainis naman. Bad trip naman, oh. Ba't ganyan ka sumagot, anak? Hindi ganyan ang tinuturo ko sa'yo. Turuan kita ng magandang asal tulad ng paggamit ng po at opo at pagmamano sa nakakatanda. Tanda ng paggalang sa akin, lalo na't ako ang papa mo. Hindi magandang ganyang kinikilos mo, anak. Kailangang baguhin mo yan. Papa, pagpasensyahan nyo na po ako. Alam ko pong hindi po maganda yung inasal ko po sa inyo kanina. Humihingi po ako ng tawad. Simula po ngayon, isa sa alang-alang ko na po ang pagsasabi po ng po at opo. At pagmamano po sa inyo, tanda po ng paggalang ko po sa inyo bilang papa ko. At sabi nyo nga po sa akin, di ba, papa, ng pagsasabi ng po at opo at pagmamano sa mga nakakatanda ay tradisyon nating mga Pilipino. Ganyan ang anak ko. Mana sa akin yan. Tumayo ka na dyan at tara na, lutuin natin yung binili mong ulam. At ako'y nagugutom na. Tuturuan kita kung paano magluto ng masarap.
Mahalagang paalala na ang pagsasabi ng po at opo at pagiging magalang ay nararapat.
And we are back for our Showbiz Report. Here is Crispina Hanessa with our very special guest, Mimi Yap.
Let us keep the conversation ongoing and more stories to reveal. I am now the most sensational, famous influencer of this time. He surely surpassed more than 1 million followers in all of his social media accounts. He is widely known for his signature pronunciation of his name, plus his crazy dance moves. So what we aim for today is to see and hear his astonishing talents. And I am with Mimi Yap.
Ano ba ako lang to? I'm your girl, Mimi. Yeah. Ako lang. Alam mo, apaka-hagard ko nga ngayon dahil apaka-iinit dito sa Pilipinas. Ako, pero it's me. I'm here.
So, tell us, what motivates you to do vlogging?
Siyempre po para kila Inay Beng, ayan, kila Tatay, kila Bebeng, ayan. Tsaka po siyempre para sa akin kasi ako po talaga alam niyo po ang init po kasi talaga dito. Hindi charot. Alam niyo po, gusto ko po talaga ang nire-reward yung sarili ko after, giving my best, giving my all, you gotta go home to work, ganyan. Ayan po.
Can you tell what's behind on your name? Because mostly of your viewers likely imitate how you pronounce it.
What's behind my name? Di ba nga po, ang totoo ko nga pong pangalan ay Jeremy. Jeremy. Kasi sabi niya, ang tatay ko, wala daw siyang maipangalan sa akin. Kaya tinang niya to si Ate Nurse. Ito naman si Ate Nurse, pwede naman akong, like, Marilu, ganyan, o kaya, Jennifer, ganyan. Ako yan, Jennifer. Kaso, Jeremy ako ni Ate Nurse. Ayan. Tapos, nung college po ako, ang tawag na sa akin ng mga prof ko ay Mimi. Kasi nga po, ayaw nila. Parang hindi daw bet ang Jeremy, ganyan. So, ayan, ang tawag nila sa akin ay Mimi. Kaya, ayun po, ang Mimi, kaya siya nagkaroon ng ganon. Nung nagtrabaho po ako kay Sir Mark Boomgarner ng Boomgarner Studios up and here. Ayan, nung nag-work po ako sa kanya, ang tinatawag niya, asa si Mimi, ganon. Kaya, I was born, boo.
Is there any tip you want to share to achieve your amazing, splendid, stunning shimmy dance moves? Everyone is curious. You may also include myself.
Be confident. Ayan. In everything that you do, in everything that we all do, we always have to be confident. Ayan. Tapos, don't let anybody ruin your vibe. Opo. Ayan. Kapag sumasayaw ka na, ayan na yung dance partner. Gilingan mo na yan, Mari, ganyan. Opo. Ganun maa-achieve yun. Tsaka, ako lang to kasi minsan yung mga tips ko talaga, hindi talaga siya sinishare. So, dahil sa inyo, ganyan, 250,000 at least. Ayan, pwede na po tayo doon. Opo.
To be honest, I am a fan of yours and it is my pleasure to interview you by myself. My last question probably is, what can you say to all of your fans?
Hindi po. Ayan, on a serious note po talaga. Serious note? May serious bang note? Ay, on a serious note po, I really want to say, thank you po for all the support, yung mga nanonood po ng vlogs ko ever since day one, ganyan. Maraming salamat po. Dahil kung hindi rin naman po dahil sa inyo wala po kaming kikitain. Hindi, wala po ako netong mga to. Wala po ako ng Four Sisters and the Painting at ang mga tasa ng mga Chinese po, ayan. Wala po ako ng mga yan, kundi po dahil sa inyo. So, I love you guys. Thank you po.
And that's it for today. So sit back and relax because we will be right back. I am Christina, your showbiz news reporter.
Ang mga kabataan ngayon, teknolohiya na ang gamit sa panliligaw. Ay, sarap balikan ng nakaraan kung saan sa gabing madilim, may isang taong nagpapasaya sa akin. Siya si Juanito na dala ang kanyang gitara at ako'y kinakantahan ng kanyang harana. Ang malamig na boses ng isang binata na nanghaharana ay mas masarap pakinggan kaysa sa mga salita na ipinapadala ng mga kabataan ngayon gamit ang social media. Ang harana sana'y maibalik dahil ito'y isang kulturang Pilipino na walang makakahigit.
In two separate times and places, Attorney Maggamit was found dead at Palawan.
And Attorney Wee was found dead at Cebu. For more details regarding these cases, here is Marose Santa Maria.
Two unidentified men shot Attorney Eric J. Maggamit along a highway in Palawan while on his way to a court hearing on a Tuesday morning. Recently, almost after a week, another lawyer, Joey Lubis Wee, was killed outside his office at around 1:30 p.m. Monday, November 23. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara said that the NBI is working on the investigations of the deaths of the two lawyers. The search for the suspects were intensified by the NBI as they have deployed more field operatives in Palawan and Cebu. More than 50 lawyers, judges, and prosecutors have been killed in what appears to be work-related cases ever since President Duterte assumed office in 2016. Human rights lawyer Edre Olalia stated that there have been too many deaths in their own ranks, and the irony is that they themselves can't even attain justice. Maro Santa Maria, your local news reporter.
It is scary how lawyers who help in giving justice get killed.
Indeed, it is very scary and alarming. News with no bias,
Delivering quality news,
delivering nothing but the truth.
news with no prejudice.
Hindi masaya ang pista ng Pilipino. Hindi masaya ang pista ng Pilipino. Hindi. Masaya pala. Pista ng Pilipino ang numero 1.
The Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas reported their final 12-man setup that will represent the flag of the Philippines against Thailand on their first game at the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers at Manama Bahrain.
6 former and current Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles and 3 University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons will lead the charge for Gilas Pilipinas against their close Southeast Asian rival.
Here's Rainier Betita for more details.
6 former and current Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles and 3 University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons will lead the charge for Gilas Pilipinas against their close Southeast Asian rival. The SBP chose to send a youthful Gilas Pilipinas arrangement in the 2020 NBA Bubble Cup tournament in Manama, since the Philippine Basketball Association are still progressing and preparing these players in their future international tournament. So far, Philippines won a game against Indonesia in their FIBA Cup qualifying tournament, scoring 100-70 last February 2020. The Pambansang Basketball ng Pilipinas o SBP reported the final 12-man setup that will represent the flag of the Philippines against Thailand in their first game in the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers at Manama Bahrain. And that is for today. My name is Rainier Betita and you are watching Morning Tea Sports News.
News with no bias,
Delivering quality news,
delivering nothing but the truth.
news with no prejudice.
Pagsapit ng Setyembre ay siyang simula ng pagliwanag ng mga makukulay na ilaw sa gabing malamig. Makikita ang mga pamilyang sama-samang nagsasabit ng makukulay na mga ornamento sa Christmas tree. At mga regalong binabalutan ng pagmamahal mula sa mga magulang o mula sa mga pinakamamahal na mga tao sa ating buhay. Ang Pasko ay isa sa mga araw na hindi mawawala ang pagbibigayan, material man o hindi, at ito ang araw ng pagdiriwang ng kaarawan ng ating Panginoon.
Delivering quality news,
News with no bias,
news with no prejudice.
delivering nothing but the truth. For the day November 26, 2020, here are the expected weather conditions for Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Here is Jasmine Caspe to provide us more details.
Thank you, Miss Aliana. Minimum temperature of 10 degrees Celsius was recorded yesterday in La Trinidad, Benguet. We are likely to experience cold weather due to the northeast monsoon or amihan as it continues to affect Luzon. Meanwhile, easterlies are still the prevailing weather system in Visayas and Mindanao, so they are likely to experience isolated rain showers specifically in the eastern section. There is still no sign of torrential weather conditions and LPA for the next 3 to 5 days. Within 24 hours, Luzon, specifically in Cordillera and Cagayan Valley, cloudy skies with light rains will be observed due to the northeast monsoon. Expect rainfalls in Apayao, Kalinga, some areas in Cagayan Province, Isabela, Quezon, Aurora, and Mindoro. Meanwhile, Metro Manila will experience fair weather, but some areas like Quezon City, Marikina, and Camanaba will experience partly cloudy skies and isolated light rains. Large part of Metro Manila will not experience any rainfall. In Visayas, rainfall occurred earlier this morning in areas like Panay Island, specifically in Aklan and Capiz. As the nighttime approaches, Cebu, Bohol, and Negros provinces will experience moderate rainfalls caused by thunderstorms. Huge part of Mindanao should also be prepared as severe thunderstorm will be observed in the northern Mindanao, Caraga region, Davao region, and some areas of Soc-Sargen. Be alert since possible flash floods or landslide can occur during severe thunderstorms. For our sea conditions, gale warning is issued to the northern seaboard of northern Luzon and the eastern seaboard central down to the eastern seaboard of Visayas. These areas will experience rough to very rough sea conditions. Fishing boats and small sea rafts are advised not to venture out into the sea. I am Jasmine Caspe, and this is the latest report for our weather forecasting session.
What's more of a fun way to study and learn than to play and have fun?
Isa ito sa madalas na halimbawa ng bayanihan, ang pagbubuhat ng bahay ng mga kalalakihan upang ito ay ilipat sa isa pang lugar. Ito ay parte na ng kultura ng mga Pilipino noon pa man. Kapag may nangangailangan ng tulong, ay may mga taong handang magbigay ng tulong at agapay nang walang inaasahang anumang kapalit sapagkat likas sa ating mga Pinoy ang tumulong ng walang kapalit.
Here is Renzo Gallego with our guest grade 11 STEM Hope students to play.
Another great day, everyone. Hello and welcome to A Minute to Solve It. I'm your host, Renzo Luis Gallego, and this is a game for math wizards and brilliant minds. In under a minute, we know you can solve it. Let's meet our contestant for today. For the first group, we have Crispina and Aliana.
Hi, we are Team Bubbles and I am Aliana and Kasan.
And I am Crispina L. Janese.
Second group, Ali Mitch and Alea.
I'm Alea Elino Campo and we are the Math Pythons.
And I'm Ali Mitchmore Kapitli. We are the Math Pythons.
For the third group, Francine and Maros.
Hello, we are Team Mathemagicians and my name is Francine Rain Padilla.
Hi, this is Maros.
Fourth group, Denzel and Rainier.
Hi everyone, my name is Rainier Betita and we are Loga Rainzel.
My name is Denzel Samuel Bagtas and we are Loga Rainzel.
And last but not the least, we have Marianne and Josh.
We are Math Angels and my name is Marianne.
I am Josh and we are Math Angels.
For our games mechanics, the competition has 2 rounds. And for the first round, the problem or question will be shown on the screen. The first group that will shout out their group name will proceed to explain on how they got their answers. The contestant should only explain or solve it under a minute. The contestants will get 90 points for each question right, and additional 10 points for the best explanation with a total of 100 points. The group that will get 100 points will win 1 million pesos. The winner from the first round will move on to the second round and become the champion. Now, are you all ready? Well then, let's begin. In under a minute, we know you can solve it. Here is the first question.
Team Bubbles.
So the question is, 8 raised to 4x minus 12 is equal to 16 raised to 5x minus 3. So first, we must convert 8 and 16 to common base, which is 2. Therefore, we must replace 8 to 2 raised to 3 and 16 to 2 raised to 4. We need to multiply 4x minus 12 by 3 and 5x minus 3 to 4. So we got 2 raised to 12 minus 36 is equal to 2 raised to 20 minus 12.
So now we could set these two equal to each other since they already have the same base, which is 2. So let's take 12x minus 36 is equal to 20x minus 12. Let us subtract negative 12x to both sides and add 12 to both sides. Then we will get negative 24 is equal to 8x. Therefore, x is equal to negative 3. And that is how you solve for exponential function.
The answer is correct.
Audio Jungle.
For the second question.
Audio Jungle.
Math Pythons.
Math Pythons. Interest is the charge amount for borrowing the money. In order to solve this, you need to use the formula I is equals to. Interest is the charge amount for borrowing the money. In order to solve this, you need to use the formula I is equals to PRT.
The question is, when Jaime bought a smartphone, he borrowed 15,000 at a rate of 19% for 10 months. How much interest did he pay?
I stands for interest. This is what we're looking for in this problem. In the given, 15,000 is the principal amount. Rate is 19%, but we need to move 2 decimal places to left. So it will be 0.19. T signifies time. It should be transformed into year. Here we have 10 months. We have converted it into year by dividing into 12. That's why the result became 0.83.
After identifying the given, we should apply it to the formula already. Substitute the given values for the formula accordingly. So, I is equal to PRT is the formula. It's gonna be I is equal to the quantity of 15,000, the quantity of 0.19, and the quantity of 0.83.
The next process is simple. We're just going to multiply all these givens. The final answer will be 2,365.5. That's how you get simple interest.
The answer is correct.
Audio Jungle.
Third question.
Audio Jungle.
Mathematicians.
So first, we must be enlightened what is the context of this topic. Compound interest is the interest being calculated from the principal, which also includes all of the accumulated interest from previous records of loans or deposits. So in order to solve for the compound interest, we need to use the formulas F is equal to P multiplied to 1 plus R raised to T, and interest compound is equal to F minus P. F here is the total accrued amount. P is the principal. R is the formulas F is equal to P multiplied to 1 plus R raised to T, and interest compound is equal to F minus P. F here is the total accrued amount. P is the principal. R is the rate, and T is the time period. In here, F is the one that you have solved using this formula, and P is the principal amount. In the given problem, P is equal to 90,000, time is equal to 3 years or 3, and rate is equal to 10%, which later on will be converted into 0.10. Note that in order to convert percentage into decimal, simply just move 2 decimal places from the left.
First, we must use the formula F is equal to P multiplied to 1 plus R raised to T. Based on the given problem, we must substitute the given 90,000, 10%, and 3 years. To convert the 10% into a decimal, we will simply move 2 decimal places to the left. Then, after substituting, we will just simplify. 1 plus 0.10 will become 1.10. And
and then 1.10 cubed will be 1.331. We will just multiply this and the final answer will be 119,790. After getting the f, we need to subtract it to the principal to get the interest compound, and the answer will be 29,790.
The answer is correct.
Audio Jungle.
For the fourth question,
Audio Jungle.
Logarenzel.
Hi everyone, my name is Reina Betita and we are Loga Rainzel, and we're gonna discussing about logarithm. Logarithm is the inverse function to exponentation. That means the logarithm of a given number x is the exponent to which another fixed number, the base about logarithm. Logarithm is the inverse function to exponentation. That means the logarithm of a given number x is the exponent to which another fixed number, the base b, must be raised to produce that number x. Here's Denzel to explain more about the formula and solving.
Today, we will be solving logarithmic function. In solving logarithmic function, we should first convert it to exponential function. Example, the logarithm of 3 base of b equals to m. It will then be equal to b raised to m equals 3. Let us now solve a logarithmic function. Find the logarithm of 125 base 5. Let the logarithm be x. Then, convert the logarithmic function to exponential function. To solve for x, both sides of the equation should have the same base. It will be 5 raised to x equals 5 raised to 3, because 5 times 5 times 5 equals 125. Now we can equate the exponent both sides. It will be x is equal to 3. And that's our answer. Thank you.
the answer is correct.
Audio Jungle.
And lastly, the fifth question.
Math Angels. We have 4 steps to find inverse function. The first step is replace f of x to y. The second step is interchange x and y. The third step is solve the equation for y. Fourth step is the resulting equation of y will be replaced with f inverse of x.
In solving inverse function, we have 4 steps. In solving inverse function, we have 4 steps to find the inverse function. The first step is replace the f of x to y. Y equals 2x plus 7 over 4. Second step is interchange x and y. X equals 2y plus 7 over 4. And to solve the equation for y, divide both sides by 4. And we get y equals 4x minus 7 over 2. The fourth step is the rewriting equation of y will be replaced with f inverse of x equals 4x minus 7 over 2.
The answer is correct.
Audio Jungle.
Group A, B, C, D, and E received 90 points. And the group with the best explanation have additional 10 points. And this group will be our champion. Congratulations to Group C. Thank you to all contestants. Maros and Francine, enjoy your 1 million pesos. Congratulations to all the winners. You are all winners. The only way to learn mathematics is you should try solving it. Because in under a minute, we know you can solve it.
That was very fun.
And a very educational segment.
Such a fun way to test our knowledge and skills. Remember to always sanitize our hands.
Our stuff and things we always use.
Do not forget to always wear your face shields.
And our mask.
Once again, I am Ives Antalan.
And I am Mariana Encasa.
Delivering quality news.
News with no bias.
News with no prejudice.
Delivering nothing but the truth.
This has been Morning Tea
with y'all.
With y'all.